The ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran expires in just a few days. It's time for the Streamline, everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. Despite no long-term peace deal, President Trump says an end to the war is near.
The war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want. And it should be ending pretty soon.
A 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon also went into effect Thursday. This morning, it appears to be holding. President Trump is suggesting another round of negotiations with Iran could come this weekend. And while he remains confident, he said that he is prepared to start fighting if those talks fail. Now, the war continues to impact oil and gas prices all around the world. Few ships are going in and out of the critical oil route, the Strait of Hormuz. And now officials are warning some airlines in Europe could run out of jet fuel in just 6 weeks. Now, here in the U.S., gas prices are beginning to drop. The average for a gallon is now $4.08. That's down 1 cent. No change specifically for San Diego County overnight. Here, prices are still sitting at $5.88.
We don't have a lot of options. They don't want to see new taxes. They don't want new fees. And as a consequence, that means we need $120 million worth of cuts. This proposal does that, but it does it by largely protecting public safety, neighborhood infrastructure, and homelessness. But that does mean cuts elsewhere.
San Diego's mayor is standing by his budget proposal, calling it a reality check. It includes cuts to many departments to cover a $120 million shortfall. Now, we wanted to know exactly how it will affect your neighborhood. ABC 10 News, you saw there, we sat down with Mayor Todd Gloria to learn his plans on libraries and rec centers, special event parking, and also homelessness. Now, the mayor knows that the services are critical for many families, but said some libraries and rec centers might have to close or see fewer open hours. Special event parking fees and paid parking at Balboa Park, that's another hot topic. As we know, we asked if there were plans to roll back those fees.
There are suggestions to reduce or eliminate some of those fees, but there's nothing free. It'll come out from somewhere else. That would likely be more reductions to libraries and rec centers, or it could mean more reductions in police and fire and homelessness.
Gloria maintains homelessness is a top priority. He says the money set aside for those programs will be enough to continue tackling the crisis. But Father Joe's Villages warns that cuts in the proposal puts their day center on the chopping block. ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill took those concerns straight to city leaders.
I'm near 17th and K Streets in downtown San Diego, and behind me is the Neil Good Day Center. It's a City of San Diego program for the homeless that Father Joe's Villages runs the day-to-day operations. Funding for the center is set to be cut with this upcoming proposed budget for the city, to which advocates and those who use the center say is a big mistake.
I be on Skip Road down there just doing drugs, doing everything, possibly dead by now, but this place saved my life.
The place Dennis Whitus says saved his life is here, the Neil Good Day Center.
And ever since I've been here at the day center, it's been amazing. I'm off the streets now, got an apartment of my own, moved in today.
The center's a one-stop shop to help people get off the streets, even if just for a few hours.
We've served 6,700 people. It's outreach, it's bathrooms, it's showers.
This place is a lifeline to thousands of people in San Diego.
Funding for what some call a lifeline is possibly being cut. A budget proposed by Mayor Todd Gloria this week wipes out the center's funding.
If you're experiencing homelessness for the first time, the day center is where a lot of people go.
The city says the proposed budget for homeless services is to the tune of $97 million. While money from the general fund for the department is going up by a little more than $3 million, the budget includes cutting funding for the center, which is close to $950,000.
You know, it was a surprise to us. We knew that there was going to be reductions in the budget for homelessness. We didn't realize that the reductions for the day center would be down to zero, completely closing the program.
I asked Mayor Todd Gloria's office what went into the decision-making process. His staff tells me addressing the homelessness crisis is one of the mayor's top priorities, saying in part, we must find more efficient and cost-effective ways to address this crisis and prioritizing funding for programs that provide shelter beds and maximize resources to programs that place people into permanent housing. The budget for next year won't be final until the city council votes on it in June. If the center were to lose its funding from the city,
to the city of San Diego, I think it'd be a very bad mistake if y'all cut the budgets to this place, because this is the only place that saved me from the streets.
Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
Well, riding the trolley or bus in San Diego, that could cost you more this fall. MTS voted to raise fares from $2.50 to $3 and then to $3.25 in the fall of 2027. The board says it will have to reduce services without this hike. While public testimony at Thursday's meeting was mostly negative, some riders say they prefer paying more over losing their rides altogether.
If it's a small rate, then I think it'll be okay for people. They'll probably still be able to do it, and a lot of people will be more happy because they'll still be able to get around as they usually do.
I mean, if they cut down service on the trolleys, then nobody will be able to get around at certain times and stuff. So honestly, I say raise it because I know half the people don't pay.
Well, some MTS fares have not gone up in 17 years. The proposed fare hike now goes to SANDAG for final approval. It's expected to make a final decision by June. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons is leaving. Homeland Security Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen made the announcement Thursday, calling Lyons a great leader. He will step down on May 31st. Lyons was assigned with overseeing President Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda. Earlier Thursday, he testified before a House subcommittee where he fielded questions about the number of deaths in ICE custody, among other issues. We don't know the exact reason why he's leaving or who will take over. Singer David is under arrest in connection with the murder of a teenager. His real name's David Burke. He first went viral on TikTok a few years ago where he has millions of followers. LAPD says a 21-year-old artist is now being held without bail. Last September, police found the decomposing body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez in the trunk of his abandoned Tesla in Los Angeles. Officials have not said how she died. Rivas Hernandez was reported missing in April 2024 when she was just 13 years old. In a statement, David's attorney says he is innocent and has only been detained under suspicion.
If you're looking at starting a garden filled with veggies or flowers, there are a number of ways you can cut down on your costs. And it starts with figuring out how much space you're looking to fill.
It's about having a cohesive plant palette.
Sharon Kaleko helps clients map out their gardens through her company, ButterflyEffectGarden.com. She also teaches gardening classes at Walter Anderson Nursery. She says whether you have a large space or a small space to fill, it's more cost efficient to break up the area in smaller spaces, buying smaller plants as opposed to larger ones.
People are always tempted to buy the 5-gallon plant or the 15-gallon plant, but you can do just as well with a 4-inch plant. Like this?
Here's the difference in price. A 5-gallon plant will typically cost you at least $45, while a gallon-sized plant will cost you about $12, and a 4-inch plant will cost you about $6. Sharon says another way to save, make sure you buy plants that do well in the type of climate you live in that are low maintenance. In California, you should find California native plants and plants from other Mediterranean climates around the world that do well without needing much water. She says if you buy more of the same type of plant instead of buying a variety, you'll be able to keep costs down.
Be very intentional with the plants that you buy. Rather than buying one of 10 different plants, buy 3 different plants and buy 3 of each.
Also look at wildflower seeds that will grow plants that can cover more ground. A pack will cost you about $30, enough to cover 4,000 square feet. And if you're looking to grow your own veggies or fruits, she suggests looking for the multi-pack plants, such as this pack of tomatoes, which Sharon says can get you a dozen tomatoes every few weeks when they're ready. As far as costs, a 6-pack of tomato plants will cost you just under $10. Sharon says you'll need 1 bag of fertilizer for those plants all season that will run you anywhere from $10 to $15 a bag, plus a bag of soil that will cost you about $20. And because all of this can get quite overwhelming, Sharon suggests coming into a nursery with a list of what you want and how much you want to spend, so you can talk things out with a professional at a nursery and they can help you create the garden you want while staying within your budget. Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
It's been a week since millions watched the Artemis II crew splash down back to Earth, and now they are sharing their incredible stories. The crew describes seeing an amazing solar eclipse from the far side of the moon.
When the sun eclipsed behind the moon, I said, I don't think humanity has evolved to the point of being able to comprehend what we were looking at right now, because it was otherworldly and it was amazing.
And during the interview, crew commander Reed Wiseman also spoke about the touching moment when the group decided to name a moon crater in memory of his late wife. He called it the pinnacle of his entire life. They also talked about their intense plunge back into Earth's atmosphere off the coast of San Diego that really captured the world's attention. Mission specialist Christina Cook says their capsule withstood temperatures up to 5,000 degrees.
The fireball that we were in got so bright that it was like an arc welder. You almost couldn't even look at it. That rumbling was not something we could have ever practiced on Earth.
Well, the crew hopes their journey inspires a new generation of scientists. The next mission, Artemis II, is scheduled next year with a moon landing in 2028. And I really do believe it is inspiring the next generation. I watched it with my kids and they absolutely loved it. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.